Whoa. Okay. Yep. Let's see if this is. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Hello, my name is Mijin and this is Young. Our topic is how to interpret pets' behaviors. There are lots of distinctions between people and animals. Also, there are lots of different ways to express their feelings and ideas between cats and dogs, even they live together with people. That's why we investigated implicit meanings in actions of animals. We chose two pets, dogs and cats. First, we will talk about dogs' behaviors. After talking about cats' behaviors, we will give you a piece about cats. Now let's talk about dogs' behaviors first. Usually, dogs use their tails to express their feelings. For example, dogs wag their tails to express delight and happiness. Also, wagging their tails means, please play with me, I want to become familiar to you. On this wise, dogs express their feelings and thoughts with their body languages instead words. We chose 6 particular actions from among typical body languages of dogs. There are 3 actions on this page. First, tickling dog's own head, like this picture. They nod their heads slantwise when they are trying to pay attention to your words or actions or something. Second, dogs yawn when they are trying to relieve their stress. Third one is screaming. It means please play with me. Also, when they want to receive attention from you, they'll try these actions too. Now let's talk about cat's body languages.
Okay, let's look cat's body language. We think cats are a little bit doing me and they don't believe me, but it's not. Cats also know their owner and they love them too, like dogs. So first, show cat's belly. Sometimes cats show their belly, and there is different meaning from dogs to doing this. Dogs mean play with me and please touch me, but cats meaning I trust you, but not never means touch my belly. So if you mistook cat for dog and touch their belly, they will scratch you. And second, um, sometimes uh, cats bring some worms or birds, but please don't be surprised. Cats also know their owner and they want to be loved their owner like dog. So to bring some worms and birds means there is present for you. So don't have to be alert and then start it and you just say, oh, thank you. And number 3, did you heard about cat kiss? Did you heard? Yes? No? Okay.
Yeah.
If this action has many good meaning, if you first, at first meet your cat, it means say hello, and then I want to become intimate to you. And if you are a cat owner and stay with them very long time, it means I'm happy next to you and I trust you.
Okay, then let's talk about the last actions of dogs. First, avoiding dogs' eyes signifies evasion of light. This one is sitting crouched in a corner like this. This action means please leave me alone. So when they want to relieve themselves dogs about their duty sections. And the last one is inspiring a mother softly. Their duty section when they want to give a scolding to others. Maybe you have seen scenes that mother dogs bite her baby's mothers like this. I hope these explanations are helpful to you when you're trying to handle your dogs. Now let's talk about the last explanations of cats' body languages.
Okay, cat's body language. Occasionally we can see cats can wag their tail. Of course, dogs do that same, but this behavior has a big difference between cats and dogs. When dogs stand their tail around, it means I'm so scared and don't come. But when cats stand around their tail, I want to behave like a baby. Uh, if so, when cats feel fear, what do? They hide their tail and they hide their tail in the body to look smaller. Okay, this Q&A time. What does this behavior mean? Can you see this picture?
No, well, I can't. My eyes are bad. But
Okay.
I would say number 2. I love you.
So I will say number, and if you think this number is answer, please put the hands up. These pictures stand their tail, like cat. Cat stand their tail.
Oh, tail up. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Oh no. Number one, put the hands up.
Really?
No.
With the cat, the tail up? I thought that was the baby thing. Okay.
Okay.
I believe you. I believe you.
Okay. Answer is number 3. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you.
Yay! I have a question for Region. Do you have a dog at home?
No.
No. And do you have a cat at home?
No.
Oh, I was curious. Okay. Okay. Yay! Okay. Good. Good. Dawood and Sujin, right? Dawood and Sujin. Make sure you have your names on your flip books. Okay. Make sure you have your names on your flip book, and at the end of the class, I'll collect them. Okay. So just make sure you have your name anywhere on there. Okay.
Hi, my name is Sujin. My name is Kwang. Do you know buyer? When we go shopping, we are called buyers. The buyer we are talking about today is not a daily buyer, but a trader. A trader's buyer is someone who buys unexpected goods. When a new product comes out from a company, people in the sales department try to sell it to the other party. How can a successful buyer meeting be held? We'll let you know from now on. This is online. The first key for a successful buyer meeting is not getting excited. Occasionally, some people introduce their products in a loud voice. Buyers often feel uncomfortable when they feel as angry. Being overly rigid may also have a negative impact on the meeting, as local buyers prefer to have a meeting in a relaxed atmosphere.
Second, understanding culture of each country. When we meet overseas buyers, it is essential to know a foreign country because there are many different meanings and actions to each country. For example, the gesture that means best in Korea means to shut up in Greece, and it also not desirable to present a work to Chinese because its pronounce is resembled to the word that means the end.
The third is having confidence. There are two people, a person who has confidence, a person who doesn't have confidence. Which of the two would be more appealing for the buyers? Needless to say, it is the former.
For example, a company that left a good impression with the calm and the confident voices has been successful since the second meeting.
And first, using an expression that figures insistence before evidence. With this expression, you can convey the story rightfully and effectively. And it can also sustain the concentration of a buyer and leave a good impression about your meeting.
The fifth is do not belittle competing country. In the case of Korea's small and medium-sized enterprises, the main competing countries are mainly China or Southeast Asian countries, and it is better to refrain from making generalized or insignificant nuanced remarks about the competitors' products in a meeting with buyers.
And last, dressing in formal clothes. Giving a nice and unmarked image to a buyer is good at increasing reliability. And like this, wearing these suits is one way. However, there are some countries that prefer casual style, so it is necessary to research the preference of each country. In summary, we say these 6 things about to a good buyer meeting. Of course, these 6 things are not the deciding factor of a successful meeting. However, it will be the first step to checking these 6 ways. 6 ways.
Q&A.
Which borrowing is not true.
First,
Choose
do not get excited.
to have cultural representation.
3. Having confidence.
For an expression that figures insistence.
5. Do not belittle a competing country.
As if shouting and fires. What is answer? Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
That's because you were sitting in the front, right? You were sitting in the front. Good. Very good. Very good. Okay, boy, I think, yeah, Terry, it's on you. You guys are up. Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Kang Sung-hyun and his name is Go Jae-hyuk. Today we will explain how to grow rice.
By the way, there is a point that you have to remember. It is that our drawing skill is very fast, so we recommend if you don't have expectation about contents of our sketchbook. So, but our presentation skill is better than drawing skill, so don't worry about it.
This is our line. First, second and third part is his part, and fourth, fifth and sixth is my part. In the case, we will ask for the answer about presentation, so listen carefully.
First step of growing rice is planting seeds and growing them to young rice plants. And most of farmers are through this part because it is more effective than planting directly in a paddy field. They are normally through this part from February to March, and there are 3 pictures in here, and this one is a picture of rice seed after planting. After just planting, we don't look for something special, and this is from after 2 weeks. From after 2 weeks, we we can observe our little buds growing more and more. And finally, farmers can complete young rice plants after 4 weeks. And next is planting young rice plant in the paddy field. This step is the most important and the hardest part of growing rice. And this is literally transplanting in a paddy field. Uh, in Korea, it is called bome기, and uh, farmers in this time farmers must plant properly in a paddy field. If they don't plant properly, rice plant may fall down in rainy or windy day. So, in fact, people people did this step in person, right this picture, and but now people do this step using rice planting machine like this picture. Uh, this and this step is started at March and done May. After transplanting is completely finished, complete finished, uh, farmers wait, farmers wait, and farmers wait until rice plant mature. And at this point, next process is started. It is pulling out weeds. Uh, in past, people do this stuff in person, but in Korea, um, uh, there is a special way. There is a special way. It is using animals. Dog and Korean snail urangi is the representative animals. So this step is uh, this step is started June and finished in July.
And this is my part. I will give a presentation about how to harvest and how to polish the rice and summary. From September to October, the rice becomes golden brown, and you will also see the rice that bow ahead. And it shows that this is the time to harvest. And I will explain two methods about harvest. First is conventional, and second is modern. Conventional harvest is very time consuming and many manpower. People need to cut the grain of rice with a tool such as scythe. Although this method is very time consuming, but it has advantages such as cheap price and careful harvest. Second is modern harvest. It uses a tractor. Using tractor can produce a lot of rice with a few people and can save many time. This day, rural area population is decreasing and the demand for rice is rising. Given this, the modern farming technique is more efficient way than the conventional one. And next part is polishing the rice. Polishing the rice means converting the white rice to eatable rice, so we can eat rice safely. This way also divided into way, conventional and modern. In a conventional way, we use the key Korean agricultural implement that the divided rice and other things. Here is how to use key. First, put on the rice on the key, and next shake them, and light rice bran comes up and heavy rice comes out. You can also divide it sand and grape. And next thing is modern method. Modern method using milling machine. Milling machine is more efficient and more easier way than conventional. Just put on the rice on the machine and put on button and all of work is done by machine. And last, I will summarize our presentation. First, we prepare the farming. This step lead to growing young plants and prepare the paddy. For example, plowing the ground. And second is plant young plants. In Korean word, we call it monegi, and this is the start of our growing lines. And second is sprout wheat. In summer, the wheat is growing in the summer, so we needed to put out them because of healthy rice. And next is harvest. Harvest is the most important of growing rice. And we use tractor or to the site so we gain the rice. And rice is polishing the rice. This makes the eatable rice. And pitch.
When should we pour out wheat?
June, July.
Yes. And next.
What is used in farming these days?
Or
Tools.
Yes, correct. And thank
you
you
for
for
this.
this.
I have one question for you guys.
Yeah.
Why do the ducks not eat the rice plants? Why do they only eat the weeds and not the rice plants?
Oh,
Yeah. You said the ducks, you could use ducks to
Yeah.
eat the weeds, but how come they don't eat the rice also?
because,
You have weeds, you have rice, that they don't like rice, or?
because they are cross-eating animals, so they eat cross wheat or
Just the weeds and not the rice?
rice.
Yeah, the ducks, the duck, here's a weed and here's a rice plant.
Yeah.
I would think the duck would eat both of them.
In June and July, young rice plants has not fruits, right?
Oh, okay. Okay, so there's nothing, okay, I got you now. Okay, okay, good. Okay, who do we got? Yeah, Jungmin and Jinju, right? Jungmin, some Jinju. Good, you guys, good. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Hello, my name is Jungmin and she's Jinju. We are studying Korean education. Because of our major characteristics, we have about presenting assignment. For our assignment, we always make PowerPoint. Also, when we become a teacher, we will make PowerPoint for our class students' understanding. So our group decided to make a presentation of how to make a PowerPoint. Here is our table of contents. First, I will talk about step 1, choose subject, and step 2, choose template. Then Jinju will present about simplified content, step 4, design and add effects, and summary. Last, we will give you key. Step 1, choose subject. Why do you have to make a PowerPoint for your university assignment, for your class? When you have to make a PowerPoint, you need to think about what you want to talk about. Then you need to study and research about your subject. Once you have finished studying your subject, you must wonder how the audience can easily accept the content. Now you're ready for your presenting and your PowerPoint. Step 2, choose template. Template is a design form that uses for the background of a slide when you're working on a PowerPoint. You can download it for free. When if you search on a template on a portal site, many bloggers share it for you. If your subject is travel, you can choose a template that shows your travel destinations. Also, applying the template differently for each slide can confuse the audience and have difficulty for understanding. So I recommend it to choose coherent design of template.
Step 3. Simplify your contents. You will have many things to say, but too many letters in PowerPoint make the audience unfocused. So, you can convey your context with speaking. So PowerPoint is better to be simple and effective. To make PowerPoint simple, you should choose the key point of context. Also, and you find images showing the contents properly. Also, you can present your statistical data with table and chart. Using of chart and images, that people concentrate your contents. Yes. Step 4. Design and add animation effects. With step 2 and 3, you may overall think. It's time to decorate PowerPoint. When you click at the top animation button, you can set up the animation effects by appearing sponging and drying. Too many effects can distract the audience's and the viewer's attention. Put the effect on what you want to emphasize. Next. We can explain how to make PowerPoint. First, choose the subject and choose the suitable template. Third, simplify your contents with various things. Finally, design and add animation. Q&A time.
Please fill in the blank. Blank is a design form that uses for the background of the slide. What is it?
Okay. So simplify PowerPoint. What can be used?
Pictures.
Oh, okay. Images, videos, papers, and charts.
Yes.
Oh.